So for the past half hour, I was trying to think of what's the best way to start this video. Do I want to talk about Brock Lesnar off rip? Do I want to wait to the end? What do I want to do? So I'm going to wait to talk about Brock Lesnar at the end. I am not entirely happy right now, even though this was, for the most part, a hell of a SummerSlam, which tonight proved to me why SummerSlam should remain one night. Because when you have a night like night 2, to where, for the most part, every match delivered outside of like one, it shows you why we shouldn't be whores for money. But then again, that wouldn't be the corporate way or the WWE TKO way now, would it? Thus why we got Brock Lesnar back. So let's just review the show, because I have a lot of stuff to get off my chest. This match went 37 minutes and 45 seconds. Holy shit. Yo, that is crazy. This match went 37, damn near 38 minutes. Hot damn. Okay, so we had Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, and before Cody Rhodes comes out, they do like a mini speech from Dusty Rhodes. But yeah, I'm like, oh, don't you start me crying, Cody, with this goddamn Dusty Rhodes homage. But then he pops up in the Cody Vader and has the dope mask, and he was all business. And Cena comes out. He starts off with just the text, all black, and then he pops up with the colored John Cena, typical John Cena entrance. He even talks to Stu, runs down to the ring. And I don't know if I talked about it. Did I talk about it? I think I talked about it in my night 1 recap. I could have swore this John Cena face turn was all to manipulate not only the fans, but Cody. And I'm going to rant about that at the end. So this match was entirely different for WrestleMania 41. And I'm like, golly, why did it not give us this match at WrestleMania 41? This match was fast-paced. Everybody, both Cody and Cena doing the hits, their signature moves, great emotion, just great pace, like I said. Like, Cena had his wrestling boots on, like for real. And it goes to show... You know what? Maybe we were wrong to ever think that Cena should have ever turned heel, because clearly, maybe now we know why Vince McMahon never turned Cena heel, because maybe he just knew that Cena doesn't know how to be heel. Like, none of his matches up to this point were anywhere close to this good. Not his match with Orton, not his match with Punk, not his match with, who else did he face? I think he had R-Truth, which that was a short match, but like, this match was this was old John Cena. And even though John Cena can still be clunky at times, but John Cena had a pep in his step. He went 37 minutes, bro. He didn't look gassed at all. Like, again, it told a great story to where Cody was not letting up, but Cena was not letting up, and it was a street fight, so both guys were in the right to use whatever weapons they did. And this was a classic, what you think a classic Cody Cena match would be. And I'm like, God, why do we not get this at WrestleMania? Cena had a chance to take the belt and hit Cody with it, and he decides not to. After the cutter through the table, Cena is like leaning on the ropes, and all you see is Cody behind him, looking kind of lost for words, but also determined. Like, he just gives the salute to Cena, and one more crossroads, 1, 2, 3. Cena loses clean. Never attempts to be a heel, never attempts to do anything dirty. Now, again, it's kind of hard to do in a no disqualification match. How can you do something dirty where there's no rules? But this is where I have to rant. I don't understand why we were so lazy in turning Cena babyface. Like, that was the most laziest, that might be the most lazy babyface turn of all time, at least with Austin. You had the Vince McMahon promo of, I need the old Stone Cold. At least you had a build up to it. At least you had a thing to where we needed the old Stone Cold. So when he comes back on Raw and is on a House of Fire and is Team WWF before Invasion, it makes sense, right? Here, I'm like, you mean to tell me that's the best you could come out with to turn Cena back babyface? Again, in terms of the match, they needed to turn Cena babyface because of the match. He had to change the dynamics of that match because all his prior matches were boring as hell. But again, it should have been revealed at the end that Cena was trying to dupe Cody this entire time. Again, try to goes for a low blow, but Cody either blocks it or has like a cup to where it doesn't affect him. He outmaneuvers Cena and beats Cena. And then at that very moment, after losing his title, he kind of has a mini change of heart. He hands the title to Cody, doesn't raise his hand or nothing like that. He just hands the title to Cody and just leaves, right? So at least it's like, okay, what does this mean? And then you do the slow build of him trying to go back to his old ways, right? And realize that he should have just been who he truly is, not try to be someone who he is not. Or even if you do the Rock abandoned me, the Travis Scott abandoned me, but after this whole time, I realized you fans never abandoned me. At least do something like that. But he will need to suffer loss first before he can truly turn. Like, even after everything I did, you fans never gave up on me. And I realize that now. Like, at least do that. But don't just lazily have Cena turn babyface. Like, I can't believe that's how you do the Cena heel turn. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. How are you that lazy? Like, I just can't believe that we're that lazy, dog. That is crazy. That was absolutely lazy. I'm glad that Cody won. It was the right thing to do. I can't get over how many people thought the right thing to do was have your top babyface lose again in your second biggest show of the year. And I said it in my night one recap. And I said it when I reviewed episode 5 of WWE Unreal. After watching that, I'm like, oh, this story was never about Cena. This story was about Cody Rhodes. And how do you make him a bigger star? You make him a bigger star by being the guy that beat the all-time reigning record-breaking champion in John Cena. That's how you make him a bigger star. Boom. So a lot of people thought, like, some reason people thought that this heel turn was about John Cena. It was never about him. How do I feel about the heel turn now that it looks like it's over? It's probably one of the, if not the most botched heel turn ever. But even with that being said, I gotta at least give kudos to Cena and WWE for at least trying it, attempting it. But I just, there was so much you could have did. And I'm gonna probably drop a video in the next couple of days of how the Cena heel turn could have been way better. I can't believe this is what y'all came up with. Like, all those writers and all those people that been in the business for this long, this is what you thought would be the best way to do the heel turn and then do the babyface turn? Like, I just can't get over how lazy that was. Like, I'm legit lost for words. SummerSlam Night 2 started with a hell of a match. Before we even get to the match, Naomi comes down to the ring with her father, who is playing guitar, and it almost brought a tear to my eye. Like, that is so dope. I don't know if we've ever seen a wrestler be walked down to the ring by their parent who is playing an instrument. Like, I don't know if we've ever seen that. That was just so dope. I did not know any of that. So that was very cool for Naomi to have that moment. And to me, Naomi stole the show in this triple threat match. She played the the ultimate heel in the spoiler in terms of not only out thinking and maneuvering Rhea and Io in this triple threat match, but then once she got taken down by Rhea and Io got to have their little mini match within the match, and it was just a hell of a triple threat. I wouldn't say it was better than WrestleMania 41 between Bianca, Io, and Rhea, but it was a hell. From this point, it was the best match of the 2 nights thus far. As much as I love CM Punk and Gunther, actually, I don't know. I really like CM Punk and Gunther. But I think because Rhea, Io, and Naomi was more fast-paced, I probably would say it was even better than the main event of night 1. Again, everybody got their moves off. Everybody looked good. Everybody was highlighted. But at the end of the day, like I said before, Naomi played spoiler. Rhea looked like she had Io beat for real this time with a super rib tie from the top rope. But Naomi got in her way, covered Rhea. Yeah, like Rhea got pinned. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 with some tights being pulled. And Naomi is still your reigning defending women's heavyweight champion, which means we're going to get Naomi versus Stephanie Vicure at Clash in Paris, which should be dope as hell. So hell of a way to start off the night, and actually would kind of prove or kind of be the great litmus test for what the night would be. Following this, what did we get following this? TLC, I believe. We did get TLC, which the TLC match would be basically a homage to the first ever TLC match between the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys, which the Hardys and the Dudley boys were there tonight in the audience. That's a dope moment. And let me just say, all the teams involved, boy, did they say we are going to try to make the most plunder of plunder match, Crash TV, old school Attitude Era match we can. Holy, that match was crazy. All kind of table spots, ladder spots. Boy, like they showed off. They showed, first of all, it shows you why when you give the tag teams time and you give them the ability to show what they can do, they deserve to be on a PLE just like anybody else. So I think because they probably had a chip on their shoulder, they probably knew that it's probably the last time a tag team is going to be on the PLE to at least probably Survivor Series. They said we might as well show off. Probably match, there's 2 spots of the night that I have to talk about. Actually 3. One was a Spanish Fly. I forget who it was. Was it Ray Phoenix? Or it might have been someone from Fraxon that hit the Spanish Fly on Angelo Dawkins from the top rope onto a table on the floor. I was like, holy. Then Candice LeRae, who they actually did a great homage to the TLC match at WrestleMania 17 when all like the people that were with the teams, like Spike Dudley was with the Dudleys and Lita was with the Hardys and Ronda was with Edge and Christian, how they got involved into the match. Well, they kind of did the same thing here where Candice LeRae tried to help DIY, B-Fab tried to help the Street Profits, and Nikki Cross tried to help the YS6, and they all got involved. And Candice LeRae took a crazy freaking spot where from the top of the ladder, she got pushed over onto a ladder that was between the ring and the announce table. It hit knee first and broke the ladder. I'm like, Jesus, Candice LeRae, I know you're not new to this, to true to this, but hot damn, girl. I thought Jeff Hardy was probably looking at Candice like, well done. Like, even I wouldn't do that crazy stuff. Like, yo, Candice LeRae, that was a hell of a spot. Like, Jesus. Then Ciampa was hanging off of the rungs that had the belts. I forget, one of the tag teams was trying to spear him like Edge did to Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania 17. Ciampa somehow lifts his body up to where he dodges a spear and kind of just hangs there upside down. And I'm like, what the fuck? Johnny Gargano got the ladder and he stood on that rung. He hung on that rung for a good 30 seconds to a minute. So obviously Ciampa was going to the gym. Like he said, I have this idea. Like they're probably like, can you pull that off? He's like, I'm good, bro. Unlike Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania 17 when he thought he could actually walk across ladders. But shout out to Jeff. It's all love. But yeah, just a lot of great spots. There was like 4 table spots that happened back to back to back to back. Like this match was just a car crash type of match, which it needed to be. Everybody looked good. But at the end of the day, the YS6 won. Online, there was a lot of people that weren't happy about that. I said it before. I think the YS6 is in the wrong division. They should be on Raw, and they should have took down the New Day, which makes way more sense. But it is what it is. I didn't mind that the YS6 won. I just hope they can continue to try to give them proper stories that can get people intrigued, but we'll see. But the YS6 won in a great TLC match. Next we have Becky and Lara. I'm telling you right now, Becky and Lara tore the freaking house down. Becky and Lara, man, these two women just have a certain chemistry that just, it can't be matched, bro. Like, these women had a physical fight. Like, this was a fight. This was not a wrestling match. I like that they really said, we're not going to try to outmaneuver each other. We're not going to try to have dope matches. No, not dope matches, but we're not going to try to have a 5-star classic wrestling match. We're going to have an actual fight, which is what this was. Like, they found every weapon you could and hit each other with it. I think it was somewhere in the middle of the show or middle of the match to where Becky got like a zip tie and zip tied Lara's wrists together. And for most of the match, Lara had to wrestle really tied up. And they did a hell of an innovative spots with that. Now, there was a portion of the match where Lara like kind of broke away from that, and she had to figure out how to like reconfigure getting back into the zip tie, but it is what it is. But as we all predicted, Bayley got involved. Now, Bayley got involved because Lara was just getting beat up too much. Even though she had a hell of a fight, she was getting beat up too much by Becky, and she was damn near about to get killed by like a wrench or no, a crowbar. And Bayley stopped Becky from doing it, but through all the melee, they did a hell of a spot where Bayley tries to Irish whip Becky into the barricade, but Becky Irish whips Bayley into the crowd, and then there's a table set up to where Becky is just like laying on it, and then out of nowhere, because of the camera angle, Lara does like her patented leg drop through the table onto Becky. I was like, yo, this is crazy. But in the end, Becky looks like she was about to lose, but Bayley accidentally hits Lara and costs Lara the match, even though she could have easily tried to stop the pin. But like, she could have easily stopped the pin and stopped Becky from beating Lara, but she kind of like didn't. But that wasn't the story that they were trying to tell. It was like, oh my God, Bayley messed up. She didn't mean to do it. It was kind of, I don't know. But I think we're clearly going to eventually get, someone's got to turn heel. Either Bayley or Lara. I think it has to be Bayley at this particular point. Still. But a hell of a match. I watched a lot of matches and I saw the reactions online. And again, I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. I really love that match. To me, I thought it was match of the night. Not only match of the night candidate, but match of the year. Like, bell to bell. Again, it was a physical fight. It is what it needed to be. It was not pretty at all. They were really hitting each other with kendo sticks, chairs, innovative moves through the weapons. And to me, I love the match. I don't know why a lot of people seem to not be too enthused about it. Maybe because of Becky uh, retaining. I don't know. Speaking of Becky, she has a new theme, which I haven't able to really listen to all the way, but from what I hear, it sounds like a banger. So I'm happy about that. I think that's cool. What a thought that a person that's changing their character, changing their theme, huh, Seth? But we'll see. Yeah, I think hell of a match, man. I have nothing but praises to give to Lyra and Becky, bro. Like I could watch them wrestle forever, bro. But yeah, that was the Women's IC Championship match. So now Lyra can no longer challenge for the title as long as Becky is champion. Next we have what the only dud, in my opinion, was on this show, which was Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match. This was, I don't know what was wrong with it. I don't know. I think because this match suffered from, you had two previous matches that were very physical, and it's kind of hard to go from two physical matches where it's melee all around the ring, weapons used, to then watching a match be confined into a space to where there's almost so much you can do with that. So I think they kind of were shortchanged by having to follow a crazy TLC match and a crazy hardcore match. So it was just hard to follow, and plus they didn't really tell a story for real. And plus halfway through the match they were already doing interference, which a steel cage match is supposed to prevent interference. So it kind of like, it just is what it was. Jacob Fatu eventually got handcuffed to the top of the steel cage by one of the members of, what's it, MFT? I think it's MFT, right? But then he broke away, tried to get to Solo, but then got hit by the steel cage door, and Solo just falls out basically. So I think it was also a very lame finish. Like, I'd much rather, if you're going to, in my prediction, I'm like, Solo has to escape. I don't know. That match was just weird. Like, that was just a weird match. Like, I don't know what to say. It was just a weird match. But Solo retained, which I'm very happy about. I think Jacob Fatu needs to be chasing the match, or needs to maybe feuding with other people and then eventually get back to the U.S. title. I think Solo really needs this title right now. And Jacob Fatu will be fine. They protect him like a motherfucker, so he'll be fine. But yeah, this was like the only true dud, in my opinion, in regards to the night. Next we have Dominic Mysterio, your reigning defending Intercontinental Champion, versus AJ Styles. And let me tell you, this was entertaining as hell. This was the shortest match on the show, but damn near might have been the most entertaining match on the show. Before we even get to the match itself, AJ Styles enters the arena in a lowrider. Not only in a lowrider, but actually does the hydraulics on the lowrider. Not only does that, but then wears semi Eddie Guerrero attire. I'm like, bruh, like, that was crazy. I did not see AJ Styles doing that Eddie Guerrero homage in 2025. But that's what we got. And really, this whole match was a homage to Eddie Guerrero, for real. Like, the spots they did, again, it was fast paced. Both guys look good. AJ Styles looked like he was on. AJ Styles looked like either AJ Styles knew that this was going to be his last SummerSlam. That's what the rumor is. I don't know if that's the case or not. But either AJ Styles was acting like either that's going to be his last SummerSlam, or he got some kind of kick in the ass to where it's like, I know I didn't deliver like I was supposed to at WrestleMania. I'm going to deliver here. Because, boy, in the 10 minutes they were given, it was a hell of an entertaining match. They even did the Eddie Guerrero spot with the chair, and Dominic Mysterio tried to act like he got hit with a chair, and then AJ Styles put the chair over his head. In the end, they also did an Eddie Guerrero spot to where Dominic Mysterio was very smart, and he zipped his boot, but acted like he was hurt, so that AJ Styles can go after the leg by doing the calf crusher, only for the boot to come off and Dominic Mysterio to use the boot to hit AJ, frog splash, beats AJ Styles straight up. 1, 2, 3. No Judgment Day interference, none of that. He beats AJ Styles straight up. I love that. So definitely shout out to Dirty Dom, man. I have nothing but high praise for him. I still wish he would stop doing the 619 because it looked too slow. But outside of that, yeah, that was a dope match, man. But with that being said, let's get to Brock Lesnar real quick.